Hey there, folks. I'm here to actually get out and do a live stream from somewhere else today, and I think we got a good one in store today. I hope to make it down to the National Mall, which is just down there, and I'm super excited. It's a really beautiful day here in the DC area. It's currently about 57 Fahrenheit, something like that. It's insanely warm for this time of year. I'm just in a regular shirt, no jacket needed. Weather's perfect here. Just absolutely gorgeous. You can see the river down there. That is wow, that's a lot of debris. Look at that, one of those scooter things. Jesus, the amount of trash in this river is unbelievable. There's a bike down there. This river is, yeah, you don't want to swim in there. I swam in the canal once. The canal, by the way, is just like 2 blocks up there. It's this old canal that goes about 180 miles and terminates right here in DC, just like a couple blocks that way. And I had an infection. I had a cut on my knee when I swam there, and it turned into an infection so bad I literally could not walk. I had to stay all night at the emergency room in Cincinnati. I was in Cincinnati at the time. Afterwards, I literally could not walk. I couldn't even stand up. The infection was so bad, just from a small cut on my knee. So don't swim in the moral of the story is don't swim in the canal, which is like standing water. This one maybe a little better. Don't swim in the Potomac River either. Most urban rivers you probably shouldn't swim in, just the amount of pollutants and stuff. It's kind of sad how much trash is in here, but you know what? It provides a nice view. Lots of ducks down there and all sorts of stuff. So beautiful. That's the Kennedy Center right there. It's a performing arts center. That's Arlington right there, Arlington, Virginia. So that's Virginia right across the river. This is Georgetown neighborhood, named after King George. Here in Washington, D.C., that's the Key Bridge right there. Hey, Southwest Ireland Rainforest, thanks for joining in. Shabbat Shalom, Palm Nation, good to see you. Yeah, happy Hanukkah, guys. It's, the 7th? I should know this. I was literally been celebrating the past couple nights. I think tonight is no, not the 7th. It's the 6th, I think, tonight. 6th night of Hanukkah, is that right? Yeah. Happy Hanukkah to you all. Tennessee River is very safe to swim in. Only filth rivers, mud. Got it. Yeah. That's the thing, is that these rivers maybe they do appear a little bit more polluted than they actually are, because there is so much sediment. But part of the reason there's so much sediment is also because it's so polluted with toxins and stuff from factory waste that it erodes the banks of wherever the river flows so much quicker that you have so much sediment coming down. So obviously, if you'd come here 400 years ago, the river would still be pretty brown. It wouldn't be crystal blue, but the amount of trash and stuff, and it's just depressing. And same with the streams here. The erosion is just really bad. That, by the way, that piece of land going from right there next to the bridge all the way there, that's actually an island. So the Potomac River comes around here, and there's a second channel that goes behind there in front of Arlington. That's where I scattered the sable miner seeds on that island there. And I covered there's a trail that goes around the perimeter of the island. And it's super cool. It's actually like a little hill on it. It's called Theodore Roosevelt Island. There's a memorial in the middle, a huge memorial to Theodore Roosevelt and his conservation work. And it's owned by the Park Service. And I scattered probably around half of that trail, so I got probably about half of the perimeter of the island, maybe even a little less. So I got to go back and scatter more seed. And Palm Nation, you were asking about the seed. Since I'm here, I'm going to be collecting a lot of seed, so yes. Also Dara, you're the other person who I was going to send seed to, and I'm going to collect it right now. So yeah, I was supposed to go out last week and collect some seed, but I don't know what happened. I was really busy. We were doing some stuff. I was pretty busy last weekend, but I'm here now, and I'm going to go grab some seed. So yeah, beautiful day here. There's some accordion lines there for you all. These have been here all year. I don't know if they remove them or not, but really nice to see. A lot of them are planted as like annuals, and sometimes they'll rip them out, but it would be interesting to see how they do here. Yeah, the waterfronts here is pretty nice. The river's it's funny because it sometimes almost looks clear because it's so green. I don't know what that is, algae or something that makes it so green, but it's really green looking right now. And then there's a sewage, this area up here, right where it turns around, there's a boathouse there. That is the end of Rock Creek, which is the main creek that goes through, it goes right down the middle of DC. This is the main river, obviously, that forms the border. And that creek, there's a light, actually next to the creek, there's a big storm drain. You can actually see it up there. And there's a thing, it says sewage, active sewage flow when light is on. So yeah, not the cleanest, to say the least. It's a dirty river. flood debris, geez. Yeah, how's the weather where you guys are? Very stormy here. Wow. It's not stormy here. It's perfectly sunny. Very few clouds. It's actually an incredibly nice day. It's really hot out today. It said it was like 56, 57. It feels like 65 or something. It feels really warm. It's there's lots of yachts and stuff that people have here. That's Virginia right over there. These bridges all connect Virginia to DC, and it's a great place. This is the infamous Watergate here. That's the Watergate Hotel from the obviously the Watergate scandal. Right there, and that's the Kennedy Center, big performing arts center. This is the Swedish and the that's not Norway. I think it's the Swedish and Finnish embassies. It's two of the Nordic embassies here. But yeah, it's like a Georgetown waterfront. They have like a skating rink here in winter. It's a nice little area. Yeah, you can see the flags there. Sorry, I gotta read you guys. Thanks for joining in, by the way, guys. I want to do it around here with exactly. Definitely. And Dara, if you you definitely probably should try germinating all the sable minor seeds. But if you at some point got like a ton of them, scattering them around and having sable minor naturalized, like having a naturalized population of sable minor in Ireland, that's like literally unheard of. So that'd be pretty cool. But obviously you want to use them to the best of their ability. And I guess I would probably germinate them. But yeah, that's sable minor is very, very, very rare in Europe. Really, outside of the U.S., it's very rare. Thanks, Alex. Let me know when you. Yes, will do. Thanks, Dara. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I accidentally drank the Tennessee River this summer. Wow, nothing happened to me. So I'd say, wow. Well, it's funny. I was swimming in this creek actually before. I've swum in it upstream. This is Rock Creek. Rock Creek Park is the main green space. It's like Central Park in New York, but I think it's about double the size, and it's almost all wooded. It's very natural. This is like not part of the park really. This is just a tiny little stretch of it, but it gets really wide in the middle of the city, this park. And it's actually I've gotten like little bits of water in my mouth when I was swimming there. It's incredibly polluted, and I don't think anything really happened to me. So yeah, I think it's safe to say if I drank a whole glass of that water, I'd probably be a little sick, to say the least. I'm not going to put that to the test. I've drunk spring water. That's the best. I've drunk water from the Everglades. That's like really pure. I'm not going to be drinking any, city creek water because it's been through a lot. That's good to hear. Nothing happened. Wow. It's 65, about to storm. It was 77. Oh my God. Jesus. Wow. Yeah, it was really warm yesterday. Day before that, I don't think it was as warm. But that's crazy. 81. Oh my God. Hey, Georgia Gardner, thanks for joining in. Try to go live, definitely. Yeah, I look forward to that. Try to go live after this. I look forward to that. Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you, Dara, I know you've done live streams, Dara, but Palm Nation, all you guys, YouTube used to have this kind of ridiculous requirement to have 1,000 subscribers to live stream. And they got rid of that, so you no longer need 1,000. I think the requirement's like 50 subscribers or something to live stream. Even if you don't have that many, you can still do it through that app called Prism Live Studio. I don't know why I'm walking over here. But yeah, that's they changed the requirements, which is nice. I'll be doing a video of my 6-foot cordyline Australia. Oh yeah, I saw that. It's beautiful. Claren Bridge, Galway, Ireland. Wow. That's awesome, Dara. I really want to see that. I look forward to that. I love cordyline. I think they're beautiful. Like I said, they're marginal at best here. Not a hardy plant here, but they are overall pretty hardy. And I'd love to see one tried like Virginia Beach. I bet they do really well there. It's so much warmer in Virginia Beach than here, even though it's only 3 hours away. It's just, going towards the coast and you got all those bays around it. It's just an incredibly warm microclimate. And it's the kind of place where you'll see like even the city and like some of the public parks, they're planting palms. It's like there's just so many palms there. It's crazy. I love Virginia Beach. And it's not as cheesy as Ocean City, Maryland, which is a poor man's Virginia Beach at best. It's Ocean City, Maryland. They plant like all the coconuts and queen palms at all the major hotels and all the places, the golf courses, the mini golf. They all plant the non-hardy palms. There's like one or two trekkie carpets that I know of there. but almost all non-hardy palms, and it's really sad, and it's just not a great place. So if you could choose Ocean City, Maryland, or Virginia Beach, Virginia, definitely go to Virginia Beach. I'll say that, even though I do like Maryland. I was doing Tennessee River has a lot of flood debris. I found video games, dolls. Oh my God, geez. Yeah, same with the Potomac. I mean, you think about really any major river. This river starts way up in like the Appalachians and flows all the way down, forms the entire southern border of Maryland. So if you think about it, it's a huge river and it goes through rural, urban, suburban, all sorts of places, factories, all sorts of stuff. So if you think about it, over that course, it's bound to pick up a lot of debris, but it's just kind of sad to see all the, needless littering that people do. I hate litter. I mean, it's just, I don't know why anyone would ever deliberately throw something like in, just put it in a trash can, put it, especially in a recycling bin or something. Don't litter. That's, it's just terrible for the environment. And even if you're not it's, people say, oh, it's not as bad as polluting. I mean, maybe it's not as bad as polluting, but it's still, you're just putting trash in the ecosystem. So yeah, don't litter. That's the place, by the way, where it says on the side of that wall right there, that retaining wall, it says when light is flashing, sewage may be present or something like that. Something to that effect. So yeah, not the best. I don't know if you guys can quite see, but right there, you probably can't see that, but in front of all those sort of browning deciduous trees, you'll see, they're deciduous too, but you'll see a lot of sort of reddish looking trees, and those are all bald cypress trees. So starting about there and taking up probably the southeastern third of the island, going from about there all the way down to the end. And again, that bridge right there, that bridge goes over the very southern tip of Theodore Roosevelt Island. That is the entire swamp area. And I probably got up to about there, and all the rest of the island, I scattered seeds around. So that's where I was. That boardwalk that you saw me, that video of me scattering sable minor on, that boardwalk's right there. And I scattered probably about half of the other side of the island too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Hey, Max Hensel, good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you all for joining in. It's a beautiful day here. How's the weather where you are, Max? It's the weather's great here. All's well. I'm here going to the National Mall right now. It's about 3 miles from where I started, so probably about 2 from where I am now. And we're on our way. That's Georgetown, by the way. That's the university. That church-looking building. That's Georgetown University. That's Key Bridge over there. Beautiful hilly part of the city. Georgetown's super nice. It's a great place. That's the Watergate Hotel there. This is the Kennedy Center here. It's a nice city. It's some good views. All those skyscrapers are Arlington. Even though DC, I think, is like the 6th biggest metro area in the country, all of the skyscrapers are located outside of the city proper because DC has height restrictions, which have been questioned over the years and will probably change maybe at some point for certain parts of the city. But you can't, I think a building in DC can only be 110 feet tall plus the width of the street. So like the tallest commercial buildings in downtown DC are only about 170, 180 feet. So they're very short. Like you won't see any buildings over 12, 13 stories really. They're very, it's really weird looking downtown. It's like if you took Manhattan and cut like the top 19/20ths off the building or something, or 9/10ths off the top of the building. It's really weird, but yeah, they got height restrictions in DC, really short height restrictions, some of the shortest in the world. You can see all this metal debris there. I don't want to fall off that ledge there. That would not be fun. That's a good drop right there. Definitely wouldn't die, but probably would hit those rocks. I also got, yes, I saw your giant sequoia. That's awesome, Dara. Yeah. That definitely looks like a giant sequoia, and not, you can tell like a coast redwood has like sort of needles, almost like a hemlock, and giant sequoias do not have needles. They have sort of like cypress type, I don't know what exactly you call them, but leaf appendages, something like that. So that's a beautiful tree, and I really want to get both a giant sequoia and a coast redwood, but I'm not sure my property exactly has room for that, as we live in the city. So yeah, all those reddish trees, I'm gonna try to zoom in. All those reddish looking trees in front, those are all bald cypresses. I don't know if you can quite see them, but there's about like 60 of them you can see right here, all the way down. The island ends right about there, but right about that second pier, right where the sun's shining in the river. That's the end of the island. And there's this whole swamp area. It's a very diverse ecosystem. It's a really cool place. Yeah, that's so cool. You got that giant sequoia. I love that, Dara. What are you doing in Washington, D.C.? Well, I live in the D.C. area, and just decided to come down here and do a live stream. That's pretty much it. That area where I started is probably only about 10-15 minutes, maybe about 15 minutes from my house. So, yeah, I live about a mile from the D.C. border. I'm basically live in D.C. Usually I'll say D.C. area because I don't live in D.C. proper, but the city that I live in is the D.C. area. So yeah, and this is where all the palms are. So I'm here mainly for the palms, and to show you guys that. Whoa, I was wondering why there wasn't exactly a fence here, and looks like we found the answer. Jesus, that's I don't know how that happened. I hope it was a storm and not a person, but you never know. That's crazy. They should put like a permanent wall here. I bet someone at some point, if they're like a kid's riding their bike there, they're gonna like fall off the edge in the river, and that would not go well. Could like sue the city or something, which would not be good. I've never seen deliberate garbage in the Tennessee River. I'm sure there is some. Sorry, it's hard to read. There's only just people's lives. I got it. People's lives washed away from major flood. Jesus, that's crazy. Yeah, we don't get as many floods like that here. Oh, also you can find fishing lures around the major fishing. Got it. Yes. Yeah, you'll see lots of fishing equipment. I don't know if you saw. I walked by a guy that was fishing down there. There's lots of fishing equipment that you'll find. Fishing lures, rods, all sorts of stuff in the water. See, it looks actually like really clear here. But yeah, don't be fooled. It's not clean. Some geese there, Canada geese. This is the new addition to the Kennedy Center here. They have all this like modern artwork and modern buildings here. I don't know. I'll probably go a little further across at the Lincoln Memorial. The giant sequoia is more famous than the coast redwood, I believe, but yes, exactly. It's certainly hardier. It's much hardier. Coast redwood, there's some big ones in DC. I'd say DC is probably not that far from the limit. I don't think up in like northern Pennsylvania you could get away with that. But in Pennsylvania, there's a 100-foot giant sequoia in Pennsylvania. It's believed to be the biggest in the eastern U.S. So there's lots of giant sequoias there. They're much, much hardier than coast redwood. So great. Coast redwood would do well too there. But yeah, they are very famous. They are, giant sequoia. Coast redwood may be the tallest tree in the world, but giant sequoia is the most massive, meaning it literally has the most mass. It weighs the most. And the base of the tree is so much wider than the coast redwood. I saw some over the summer. I saw this grove in Yosemite, and it was absolutely amazing. I've never seen a tree like that. Again, obviously I love palms. Those are my favorite, but seeing a giant sequoia in person was pretty incredible. Look at that goose diving. Just went down and dove. Anyways, yeah, I got some cool pictures. I should post them probably of my trip there. It was the giant sequoias there, and they got these huge fire scars, like 20 feet high on the base. Huge fire scars where they have all these brush fires that go through. They don't even phase the giant sequoias. They're just so tough, and I just love them. I think they're amazing trees. I'm jealous, Dara. That's awesome. DC proper. Iraqi Kurdistan. Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, DC the reason DC proper is very different from saying like Cincinnati proper or Baltimore proper is that DC is not part of Maryland. It's its own jurisdiction. It's a federal district. It's not a state. Washington's a city and DC is it's like saying Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore's the city, Maryland's the state. Here in DC, Washington is the city, and DC. Sorry, one sec. Sorry, what I was saying is Washington is the city, and DC is the state-like equivalent, even though it's not the same as a state. It's the federal district. But yeah, DC proper, the reason it mattered, government's different, you have different leaders, all sorts of stuff. So I live in Maryland, which is, a state. So that's, DC proper, it's very technical. So when you look at a city's population, DC proper is only like 700,000, but DC area is like 6 million. So you gotta look at the greater area, because proper is just a very technical term. But yeah, the weather looks, oh yeah, missed the sunshine. Yeah, it's you know what, I was missing the sunshine too. It's pretty rainy in winter, which I don't mind. I actually love rain, but yeah, sunshine is pretty great, pretty darn great. I'm really happy. It's just such a nice day, and it really reminds you the weather here, you know, of course it's not like a warm climate, but it really could be a lot worse. I mean, we're in December, and it is we're in December, and it's like feels like a spring day, so that's pretty amazing. Look at that, by the way, huge bank of sand. That's actually pretty beautiful. I would love to swim there if it were clean. Traffic cone, you've got one of those scooters. You know, you never know what you're gonna find here, and then it just drops off. But pretty cool. That's the end of the island right there. So the boardwalk goes right next to the bridge, and that's where I was scattering the seeds. Tennessee River is darker but less polluted. I heard polluted water will appear clearer than natural non-polluted water. I wonder. Maybe it depends on the chemicals used. Yeah, something about the chemicals preventing mud. That's very interesting. I think the giant sequoia is the biggest tree in the world. Yes, it's the most massive tree in the world. So it is not the tallest, but it is the most massive of any tree, and I mean, it's just unbelievable. There's such cool trees there, and they should be pretty fast growing, especially in your climate. It's a pretty good climate for them that you have there. That's awesome. More scooters. Who are these idiots that are just throwing, like, I must have seen like a dozen scooters just so far on my walk. Look at all this trash. But you got these huge banks that periodically flood, not flood, but that, you know, when the tides change, you can see the water marks on the stone. It goes up and down, the water fluctuates. All right, we're nearing the National Mall. That's the Washington Monument right there, folks. And once we get there, we will, once we get to the National Washington Monument, that's about where the Smithsonian Castle is with the big windmill. So about the same area. So it's probably a mile about. Looks closer, but looks to me deceiving. Also the giant sequoia. Oh yeah, they have this beautiful blue coloration to it. It's amazing how few plants are blue. You know, you got, and a lot of conifers like blue spruce, and then you got the giant sequoia. I mean, it's amazing. They're really beautiful. And yeah, that's awesome, Dara. I really want to get one. There's some big ones in the area. There's one at local tennis area. There's like tennis courts. And there's a big one. It's probably about 40, 50 feet. It's a beautiful, beautiful tree. There's a couple of big ones. At the Capitol, actually. I don't know if I'll have time to go there, but the Capitol building, there's two big giant sequoias. One of them was planted in the 60s, and one of them was planted about 1900 by like a California senator, I think. So there's some really nice ones. I get my waiters and get them all scooters, put them on eBay. Yes, exactly. You know what? You're probably right, except I don't think that's legal. But yeah, if I could do that, I actually would. You're probably right. You know, I think you can make a lot of money from going like water wading and getting a lot of trash out. That's funny. Yeah, it's that would actually be cool if that was legal. You know, I bet the company would make you return them. I'm sure if you got them out. But legal, I'd totally do that. Well worth it, absolutely. Yeah, there probably are thousands of dollars worth. I mean, one of those things is gonna be really expensive. I hope. Oh yeah. I mean, by the time it's as big as the ones in California, in like those groves out there, yeah, by the time it's that size, it'll be about 2,000 years. So yeah. Mind you, the big trees that you'll see in California that have like, you know, giant diameters like that, you know, 10 people can't wrap their hands around. Those trees are like 2,000 years old. So they're some of the oldest trees in the world. Like very short list of oldest trees in the world. So yeah. I mean, trust me, it will. Yeah, I'm sure you have enough space for it. Unless there's like other trees planted right on it, you'll probably have enough space. I've seen some big ones in Ireland and in the UK. It's really cool. Ireland should have a really good climate for sequoia. Yes, exactly. It is, yeah, exactly, because they live in like the eastern side of the Sierra. It was so interesting over the summer when I did this backpacking trip. It was not only amazing, but this is a Lincoln Memorial, by the way, very famous spot, obviously in DC. But it was so interesting when I went over the summer, because we flew into San Francisco, drove through the foothills. So you drive through like the fog-shrouded San Francisco Bay, really beautiful place, and then you go through the foothills to in the East Bay, which is basically what blocks the fog out and keeps it on the coast. And as soon as you get away from like the redwoods, and that's where the coast redwood grows near San Francisco, amongst other places, you get into these foothills, and then they start to become more and more dry as you get away from the fog. Then you get into the Central Valley, and it's not only dry, but it's insanely hot, because it's like areas that are below sea level in some cases, really hot. And then you get into the eastern Sierras, the western Sierras, excuse me, and it is like, it's amazing. Yeah, sorry, just crossing. Once you get into the eastern Sierras, the western Sierras, you got these incredibly dense forests up in the mountains. You go from like this, semi-arid, you go into the foothills, which is like a chaparral, like near desert ecosystem, up into the mountains, which are super lush, and you've got these sequoia groves where it's actually like humid. And that's why sequoias used to be much more abundant into Idaho, into Nevada, back like thousands and thousands of years ago. And then over time, the sequoias, the range became smaller and smaller as the climate of the West dried up over thousands of years. And now that's why they're restricted to very small groves in the mountains. There's only about 70 groves, I think, of sequoias out there. And Jesus, look at this pole. But yeah, anyways, they are there are very few actual sequoia groves. Like, the range doesn't cover a huge area. It covers like small dots across the Sierras. And then you go into the eastern front of the Sierra, and it's amazing, the rain shadow effect, where the western Sierras are covered in conifers, super dense forest, really gorgeous, and it's incredibly gorgeous. But once you cross to the eastern side, it's true desert. It's incredibly dry, very few trees. So yes, in short, yeah, you should have a good climate for them, because they grow in these nice humid microclimates that are very rare in the Sierras, but it's an incredibly diverse ecosystem. It's just incredible. Driving east to west across that portion of sort of central northern California was really amazing, and it gave me a real perspective of all those different climates. Is there redwoods in Ireland? Oh yeah. Look up redwoods in Ireland, and look up also in Britain, which is obviously a similar climate in certain areas of Britain. There's huge ones. I think there's some in Britain that are about 160 feet, which is huge. It's like not far from their native habitat. Some of them. It's pretty crazy. That's the Lincoln Memorial right there. Those are huge southern magnolias, by the way, and also holly. I recently discovered the Czech is... Sorry, one second. I'm going to cross the street and then read that comment. All right, let's read that. I recently discovered that Czech is the Nonic language spoken by Ashkenazi Jews before Yiddish took over. Really? Wow, that's fascinating. I had no idea. That is really cool. Very interesting. I had absolutely no idea. That is really interesting. Traits, got it. That's super cool. That's really amazing. The linguistic, the way that the languages sort of, form over thousands of years, different cultures move from different places to place. It's just fascinating. But yeah, this is most famous spots in DC, the National Mall, and the Palms are just up there. Beautiful. This is Lincoln Memorial right there. Huge statue of obviously Abraham Lincoln inside. And this is the reflecting pool. Very, very, it's probably the most famous spot in DC. Wow, it was the first place in Ireland I saw them selling. Wow. Oh, so you got it. I thought you ordered it online. There's actually a place selling them. That's so cool. Look at this view, by the way. Is this amazing or what? So I'll give you guys a tour of what all these buildings are from up here. All right. So you got the reflecting pool here, which reflects the Washington Monument. I'll show you that in a second. And then obviously you've got the U.S. Capitol building, where that's where all the legislation is. Got 50 flags around it. Building to the left there, it looks like a castle. That's the Smithsonian Castle. That's right where the building to the right. That's right where the trackie is, right there. And then the one in the middle, that other dome, that's the Library of Congress. There we go. Sorry, guys. Anyways, yeah, that's the Smithsonian Castle right down there. I can see it. Very cool. So you can see the beautiful reflection of the Washington Monument there. And you can see how during the Civil War they had to stop constructing it, obviously, because of the war. And they switched to the types of stone. So you can clearly see how that stone on the bottom is lighter, and that's where they stopped constructing it. And then the darker stone on top. It's fascinating, the history behind it. It would cost me more if I ordered. Oh, definitely, yeah. I would love to get one at a local nursery. That's the best. It's supply and demand. I pay a lot more at a local nursery, actually. That's really awesome, Dara. I'm jealous. I bet there's some place that sells them around here. That's really cool. So you can see the water here is very green. They refill it every now and then with Potomac water. This maybe is a bit cleaner, but wow, it's so green. It's crazy. Look at the water. There's actually like oyster shells in there. I don't know if they're from what they're from, but yeah, they actually drain it every now and then, refill it.
Stick to the right side. There's people walking. All right, then avoid them, but the other side.
Yeah, our weekend even based. Wow, really? Sabota, Saturday? Yeah, Sabbath, exactly. Shabbat. Wow, fascinating. I never knew that. That's so interesting. I didn't know how much, I guess, Jewish heritage there is in Czech Republic. That's fascinating. Fascinating. Thanks for sharing, by the way. That's really interesting. I love learning about that. It would cost me more. Sorry, what was? Today is my John Saya. Great to see you here. How are you? Happy birthday, by the way. I had no idea. Very happy birthday to you. This is one of, for those of you who don't know, he's one of the most distinguished palm growers in the DC area. He's got lots of palms, eucalyptus, tons of exotic plants. And happy birthday, by the way. That's really awesome. Yes, palms are doing well. And I will, it's about, I don't know what temperatures it is out where you are. And I think you're in Northern Virginia, but it's like 56, 57 here or something like that. It's insanely warm right now. It's like I'm sweating literally just walking here. It's really warm out right now. It feels like 65 or something. Yeah, I know. I wish there were more too. I mean, I wish they'd just plant some like on the city streets or something. I'll be getting my new puppy. Wow, that's awesome, Dara. Right after Christmas, that's awesome. Puppy toy poodle, that is so cool. That is so cool, Dara. I've seen pictures of the toy poodle. That is so, of yours. That's really awesome. Congrats, Dara. That is so cool. You should have asked that guy on that scooter if he is doing the throw. Yes. I bet you he is, yes. It's the tradition of, I guess tourists here. They throw their scooters in. That's funny. That's one of the drains, by the way, where they drain it. It's so amazing. It's like 3 inches deep here, and then it gets deeper in the middle. It's very cool. That's really funny. So down there, that's the Capitol building. That's the Smithsonian Castle. You can just sort of see the edge of it right there next to the flag. That's where the trackie is. And then that dome right there with the flag in front of it, that's the Natural History Museum. And the Smithsonian, which plants a bunch of palms, and I love that they do that. They transplanted 2 big trackies in front of there, and they survived for several years. But the winters of, I think, 2012 and 2014 or something like that, those were too bad. I guess the first winter took them out. They survived for a couple winters. Then the 2012 winter took one of them out, and I think 2014 another one was taken out. So, yeah, unfortunately the 2 died. But there were 2 big trackies transplanted in front of there about 10 years ago. They survived for several winters, and then that's the African American history museum. I don't know if it's history museum or, yeah, it's the newest Smithsonian museum. It's really cool. I've never been there, but Smithsonian's got a great collection. Hope the quality is okay, guys. Let me know if the connection or sound, audio, video connection's okay. I hope I'm not wobbling this thing too much. But yeah, it's I don't have the advantage of the home internet, but hopefully it's working down here. I mean, there's tons of tourists using the internet down here, so they have pretty strong internet here. Hopefully I will have better luck. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's awesome, Dara. Thanks, Alex. And I'm planning. Wow. Many dog walking people near me are planning them in the park. For me, wow, that is so cool. Planting sable miner in the woods. That is so awesome. That is so awesome. That is so cool, John. I love hearing about that. Yeah, we need to get more sable miner established here. We need to get more sable miner in the woods here. I'm going to collect some right now, and I'm gonna be scattering them around. That is so cool. Thanks for the kudos, and you two are a local ex. That's very nice of you to say. I really appreciate that, John, and I appreciate all your guys' support and all you guys watching and everything. I love watching your guys' respective channels because you guys all have, most of you guys have, I think everyone on here has palm channels, or at least grows palms and posts pictures of them. So I love seeing all your guys' palms, and you guys have some pretty awesome collections. But that's awesome, John. Happy birthday. That monolith is bigger than it looks. Oh, yeah. Oh, that the Washington Monument. That's it's exactly 555 feet and 5 inches. So 5555. Yeah, 555 feet 5 inches. It's actually amazing. It's actually a lot. Yeah, it doesn't look as big in like a picture as you'd think. 555 feet. That's like 50 stories. It's huge. It's really huge, and you can see where they. Like I said, where they stopped, you can really see the clear transition of stones after the Civil War. Just fascinating. And this is the World War II memorial up here. This white memorial with all the fountains and stuff, with the marble. Lots of local palm growers and experts. One day, you know what? Yes, exactly. I totally agree with that. I think that the number of young palms that I'm seeing in the city, I mean, the number of I only know of a couple of palms that are older than 50 years. And you may think, oh, well, they die or something after 50 years. Maybe they're just old ones that died off. But no, it's amazing. Before 50 years ago, there was almost no palms in DC area, probably none. And they planted the one at the Arboretum, which is the oldest one I know of, which is planted in the 60s sometime. I think maybe the late 60s. And then, yeah, amazing how many, I'll drive around, I'll find a sable miner in someone's yard, and almost all of them were planted in the last 5 years, or a lot of them were. And so I totally agree. I bet you the city is going to start planting more of them, especially trackies, as global warming maybe trackies will become a little more bulletproof here. I totally agree with that. That someday, maybe it'll be 10 years, maybe it'll be 50 years, maybe it'll be 100 years, I don't know. But I bet you someday palms will actually become a stable landscape. And I mean, as all plants, fluctuate in and out of being popular and not popular. And you can see the old neighborhoods in DC have very different plants planted than the newer ones that they're building now. But I bet you that, big stores are going to start carrying them. And yeah, I bet you all sorts of they're going to become really, I wish they were this way now, but some days the big box stores and even the small local nurseries are going to start carrying sable miners, trackies, all that stuff. It's bound to happen at some point. So yeah, this is the Atlantic and Pacific theaters in the Pacific in World War II. So this is the World War II memorial, and it's really cool. It's a cool space. Lots of buildings there. Downtown DC is right over there. It's a huge public park right here, the National Mall. It's amazing. It doesn't even really feel like you're in a city. It just feels like you're in some giant memorial, which it is, but it's really nice green space. I asked someone at the Arboretum, and they said that planted in 1968. That is so interesting. I never knew that. I never knew the exact year. Thank you. I've heard 60s and 70s, and I think once I heard someone say late 60s. So I always say the 60s, but I had no idea. Thank you. Yeah, that's fascinating. I'd love to talk to someone, more in depth about the palms there, because I think there's 4 needle palms at the Arboretum. There's that obviously by far the most famous one. And then there's two, smaller ones on the side of one of the roads, which I have videos of. There's a third one at the visitor center, which I also have videos of. And then there's lots of Sable Minor at the visitor center. So, but yeah, that's interesting. I had no idea. 1968, I got that. That's really cool. New Hampshire, Maryland, New York, Rhode Island. These are all the states that they have, I guess, listed. And then they have each of these columns is honoring the individuals from these states that fought: Indiana, Illinois, Maine, Arkansas, Florida, lots of states. And yeah, they got all of them here. Really cool space. Iowa, California, Oregon. Anyways, you guys get the point. Think of all the out of zone winters. Yes, exactly. I know. Yeah, that needle palm with the arboretum and a couple of others, I guess, that were planted at a later point, made it through that 1980 or whatever it was, 1981 winter. That was the coldest in DC history, where it got to -5 at National Airport across the river. So, yeah, I mean, that thing must have survived below zero. Here's the territories, by the way. You got District of Columbia, Hawaii, and then you got Guam and American Samoa here. Very interesting. Cool, really cool space. I know, it's crazy what these things have survived through. Avis, Tennessee here. Oh yes, Tennessee. Huh, I don't know where Tennessee is. I'm gonna go. Maybe it's in the Atlantic Theater. I don't know. Yeah, I don't actually know why they have like certain states in the Pacific Theater, certain states in the Atlantic Theater. I don't know if there's more veterans from one state that serve. I'll go show Tennessee right now. It is mild here in Potomac Falls, Virginia, and Loudoun County. Above 56. Yeah, that's exactly how it is here. Palms are loving it. And I'm loving it too. Because the palms are loving it. That's awesome though. I gotta love that mild weather, excuse me. I love mild winters. I hope you have a mild winter. Virgin Islands, Philippines. So you got the rest of the territories here. So Philippines obviously was a U.S. territory at the time. Obviously it no longer is. 1946 they transferred it. It was given independence. But yeah, you got Philippines there. Must be by date of admission maybe, I don't know. Is it? No, it can't be. Minnesota, Wisconsin. Where is Tennessee? I think we're getting to the south. Actually, I don't know. I have no idea what the order of these states is. Texas, Michigan, I have no idea what the relation is because I think Michigan got statehood a while before Texas. Maybe I'm wrong. Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. There we go. There you are, my friend. Tennessee. There she is. Beautiful. Excellent. Yeah, Tennessee is honored here. All the states are honored here and territories. It's a really cool place. World War II Memorial could use some. You know what? You're absolutely right. That's actually a really good point that I didn't think of. Obviously, I think everywhere should plant palms, but yeah, it would be especially I think fitting here, to have some palms planted here, especially like a trachycarpus. If you got like, the significance of China and like the Japanese conquest of China. I don't know. I mean, I think it would definitely be very fitting. It's a really good point. I would love to see them plant some more palms, like just as, they got them planted in like lots of gardens and stuff, but I'd love to just see them planted like along the path here or something. That'd just be so cool. Thank you. July 4th, 1946. Yes, when the U.S. Philippines became an independent republic. Great. Yes, exactly. I didn't know it was on July 4th. That's fascinating. So I guess it was a symbolic date. That's really interesting. Yeah, it's really cool. Very cool spot, Palm Nation. Good to see that Tennessee gets its fair share of respect here. I'll let these cars pass, then I'm gonna cross. Oh shoot. I guess I go down the crosswalk. That's downtown, by the way. You see all the buildings are super short, but that's downtown DC, those streets down there. You got like the Watergate Hotel, it's a very famous hotel. Very beautiful space. All right, I'm gonna cross here. Very cool spot. You can just see how huge this monument is. It is a massive monolith. It's amazing. And you can clearly see, like I said, where the stone changes. Just fascinating. That's downtown over there. All those low-rise buildings, all there. That's like one of the department buildings that they have for the federal government. I don't know if that's Homeland Security or something like that. And then you got like that's the Watergate Hotel, a very famous hotel. That's where the term lobbying was invented, apparently, because they used to campaign to they used to, I guess donate, or I don't know what they do, campaign to politicians who were staying in the lobby of the hotel. So it became known as lobbying because they were, doing their business in the lobby in terms of like companies donating to politicians and stuff. So very fascinating. That's the origin of the term. That's the White House is literally right down there, just through the trees. I don't know where exactly. Be able to see it in just a second, I think. I can just see the top of it. I'll show it to you guys in a second. Yes, recently paved the road. I bet they did. And Watergate was infamous. Yes, exactly. Exactly. 555 feet tall and the world's tallest. Yes, exactly. The world's tallest masonry structure in the world. Amazing. Really beautiful. And again, because of the height restrictions to preserve the view, this is by far the tallest building in DC. You can see that's all downtown DC. Again, very short buildings, but really, really cool. That's the White House right there. You guys will see it in a second. Beautiful space. There we go. There you go with the Christmas decorations and stuff. There's the White House right there, folks. Beautiful. You got a huge southern magnolias in front. Really nice. About time. That road's been pothole city for years. Yes. This DC's got tons of potholes. I mean, any city in a place that gets frost, pretty much. I think like Detroit is like one of the worst. Detroit, the Twin Cities, and a lot of roads in those places because it just gets so cold in winter, and you got all those freezing and thawing cycles with extreme cold, especially in like the Twin Cities. I'm sure Toronto, stuff like that. Potholes are just really big problem. The tiny crack gets widened by that ice every winter. That's a huge problem. Look at the southern magnolias in front. I don't know if you guys can see them, but they're huge. Beautiful. Really nice. That's a great view of downtown. You can see just how, all those buildings there. It's huge. I wish they had a lot of skyscrapers. I think it would actually look really cool with skyscrapers behind the White House. But that's just me. So you got 50 flags for the states. Huge. Really crazy. And the observation deck was closed for a bunch of years, so I haven't been up there since I was 3. I don't really remember the view, but I'm sure I've seen pictures. It's amazing. And I think they reopened it. Those were the stones changed up there. All right, folks, just a little ways till we get to our first palm. Super excited. Detroit is the worst. However, in Florida, the water, really interesting. Yeah, Detroit, exactly. Detroit, I know, is infamous for its potholes. But that's obviously the weather up there. Too cold for me. I mean, DC is too cold for me, but that's just really cold. There's all those buildings there. Beautiful view. Oh, they got a menorah out front for Hanukkah. That's interesting. That's great to see. I don't know if I don't think I've seen that before. I mean, they must have done it in years past too, but glad to see that. Beautiful. Just, it's insane when you're at the base of this thing, just how wide it is. Crazy. Yes, it's a beautiful view, certainly. About where you're standing, barracks, some smaller government buildings. Wow, interesting. I had no idea there were barracks here. That's really cool. That's really neat. That's were they like World War II or Civil War? I don't know. What was the origin of the barracks? That's really fascinating. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful place. Yes, exactly. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, the view is certainly quite nice, and it's a beautiful, beautiful area. Wow, fascinating. Was it like right on the lawn, the barracks? Civil War up to the 70s, wow. That's so interesting, I had no idea.
Who's dead?
Yeah, John says John A. Say on Facebook, exactly. Exactly, Palm Nation. That's him. He's got some incredible palms up there. Go across here. Yeah, he's got some amazing palms. Move toward the street, but still not more. Huh, interesting. Fascinating. You can see the view of Arlington, Virginia, right there, all those skyscrapers. It's like where I started, back near there.
Yeah, much better.
Fascinating. I'm gonna cross up here, folks. There's downtown over there. There's a full scale. Yes, exactly. I've seen that. That's crazy. Yeah, that's like the is it the Blues Hall of Fame or something like that? It's one of like the music related venues. That Parthenon thing. That is crazy. I've seen pictures. My old account. Friends with. I got it. I logged in using Interesting. Yeah, you should friend him. He's it's really cool. There's the American History Museum there, Natural History Museum, where they had two trackies playing out in front, right in front next to the steps. Obviously, they died a few years ago, like 6-7 years ago now. but we got some other ones to fill the void. I think we do. We got some nice ones. Department of Agriculture there. I sent him a new friend request. I got him. Got it. Awesome. Perfect. Yes. He's got some cool plants, some cool palms. John Saya does. I love it. I love his garden. I love seeing all these exotic plants here. Makes me so happy. The grass in the mall is a mixture of zoysia, bluegrass, and fescue this time of year. Yeah, exactly. I was just noticing that. It's fascinating. You can really see where different patches were planted different. I don't know if they use sod or anything, but yeah, that's fascinating. Friend you, Asa, awesome. You know, the Parthenon is it's an art museum. I don't know what I was thinking. I might be thinking something else, but fascinating. Very cool. That is, yeah, I've seen pictures of that. It's really crazy. It's, I guess it's a fitting tribute for an art museum. Certainly, that's really cool. You know, not much better building to style an art museum after than the Parthenon. That's super cool. And like the original Parthenon friezes, the artwork from the Parthenon was taken and it's kept in the British Museum now, and the Greeks want it back, but the British are like, we have it, it's in our museum. So it's interesting. They took the original artwork out. So that's become a subject of debate. Beautiful place though. There's the, so right in front, right there, right next to the steps, on either side, like right there and there. That's where the trackies were. Another target for cold hardy palm growers. That's awesome. Yeah. I've seen some cool, and even, I know Nashville's got some cool trackies, and I know Memphis, they have, in Memphis, there are, even some like pretty long-term stable palmetto, which is crazy. Again, that's like north of Mississippi and everything, so it's pretty crazy to see. I'd love to see like southern Arkansas. I bet you could grow stable palmetto, no problem. I'm gonna cross here. I'll wait till up here. This is the Smithsonian Castle, folks. I'm finally here. That was a long walk. Sorry about that. Thanks for staying with me. Across here. Hey. Here we are, folks. Here we are. You know what's here. Beautiful southern magnolias, of course. Deodar cedar there. Great, cool species. Huge Yucca rostrata there. These are actually not huge, but yeah, still pretty big and super exotic looking. I need to get one of these. Love beak yuccas. Really beautiful. Look at this. These incredibly exotic looking foliage. Got this huge skirted trunk, which is curved. It's crazy. It goes down like that and then into the ground. It's really old. That's good. If I were standing up straight, that'd be taller than me. I mean, it is probably taller than me, actually. So, yeah, they always have the tropical palms out in pots in the summer. They've obviously brought those in by now. Giant southern magnolia. Nothing rare here, but certainly, I mean, I don't take it for granted. I think just the amount of southern magnolias here is just amazing. I love seeing that. Geez, look at the colors on that tree. That's crazy. And there it is, folks. In all, I think, her glory. I think it's a female Trachycarpus, but just amazing. I'll go show you guys. Look at these. So these are Ginkgo trees. Look at the color on that. Crazy. And their leaves stay on pretty late into the season. Like I said, it's obviously December now. Just amazing, beautiful. They're really cool trees. All right, I'm gonna cross over here. There she is, folks. Just insane. The height of this palm is just insane. And the camera doesn't do it justice. I mean, just crazy how big this thing is. Geez, those roots are really exposed. I gotta get here at some point with some soil or something, because that is a really poor job with those roots. I mean, what do you guys think? In my opinion, that's like, I mean, you guys see how elevated the roots are? That should be like another 6 inches into the ground, probably. Crazy. That's not good, but otherwise, the palm is just insane, and it's doing really well. Look at the size of this thing. Beautiful, beautiful trachea. Amazing. There it is. Beautiful, just beautiful. And I wish they'd left at the old location. I really do. I think it'll, you know, this is an incredibly hardy palm. It's been through some winters that, you know, and people obviously remark about the other microclimate, which is amazing. And I'm a little worried about it in the really bad winter now that it's been moved. But you also got to give some credit. This is obviously, you know, a hardier strain of Trachycarpus than some of the other ones, or maybe it's just a bit of luck, but this palm's made it through some pretty rough winters. It was a little beat up after 2013 or whatever it was, but that, you know, a little beat up compared to like a lot of the other trackies in the city were taken out in that winter, and this thing wasn't even that badly damaged. It's just amazing. Euchrostratus needs super good drainage, and there were some huge ones over 15 feet. Ah, yeah, Vienna. I actually I've seen those on Google Maps. Someone posted about those. Yeah, I've seen those. Those are huge ones. There's a big one up here that's about 15 feet, which I'm about to show you. One of the biggest ones I've ever seen in the area. So yeah, serious leaf, exactly. I know, it really does. And I was actually hoping that I could come here and get some leaf litter and throw it around, but unfortunately these gardeners are too good at their cleaning up and did not leave any leaves around to throw in the base. But yeah, I'm definitely need to, you know, this thing needs some serious soil around this base, some serious protection of some sort. But it looks great. I mean, the palm itself looks fantastic, just beautiful. And I'm so glad that this is here. I wish it were in the old location. You know, I understand they're doing major renovations to the other museum, but you know, it's a bit risky what they did. But it's just a magnificent palm, and you know, we got this huge palm tree right here in Washington D.C. Just unbelievable. Really, really remarkable. Just a beautiful palm, really gorgeous. You can see just this trunk that it's got. Really nice. I'm gonna sit down for a second. There it is, folks. Crown's filled in a bit. It looks a little rattier on the camera than it actually does in real life. It actually looks fine. It used to have like a full crown, and I'm sure it will again. Obviously, they sort of pencil pruned it when they transplanted it, as is smart to do to conserve energy. But it's gonna take some time for it to get its crown back. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it does. And this is one incredible palm, and I really hate to lose this. So I'm glad it's, you know, I'm glad it's here, and it's still a pretty sheltered spot. Huge walls of the museum there, but you know, the old location was really ideal. Someday a small replacement may be planted back there over now. You know what? It's funny you say that. I was actually going to do the. I was legitimately thinking about doing the exact same thing. I don't have any. Seeds at the moment. Actually, I do have the seeds. I have the seeds that I got in New Jersey. So yeah, you know what? That's exactly what I was thinking. If you want to do it, go for it. I would love that. But I was actually thinking about planting some planting another replacement trachea in the old location. I bet it would do really well. And it's funny you say that. I will actually. That'd be awesome if you did that. At the moment I don't have any. It'll take me a while to actually get a small trachea. So yeah, if you want to do that, that'd be so cool. I think that the old location could definitely use a replacement, fill in the void. That's awesome. Hope for a mild winter, absolutely. Spare 4-year-old ones planted in the ground that could get transplanted. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. That's really awesome. That's so cool. That's I wish I had some spare trackies. I mean, I have the ones that I have in the ground. Obviously, I have 3 in the ground, and then 3 different species. I have, you know, Fortunae, Wagnerianus, and Tequil. And then, all right, folks, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go to the other palms. Let's go check them out. Beautiful. But yeah, I have some. And then I also have my big Fortunae, which I'm really excited about. Seed planted in the ground ones. Yes, I definitely agree with that. They do seem a bit hardier, and you know, because they're grown from seed, which is why I have some palmetto grown from seed. I didn't actually put the seed in the ground, but I'm gonna put them in the ground. I have some seedlings right now from Virginia Beach, so that's some hardy seed. I'm gonna be putting those seedlings in the ground in spring, and then we're gonna be giving them a go, see how they do unprotected. If it's really bad winter, I'll protect them, but yeah, I'm gonna put them to the test. They still got the Majesty Palms out. That's kind of crazy. They look great. Haven't really been phased, I guess, by our wet weather yet, which is kind of crazy. They should bring these in soon, because it won't stay like this forever, fortunately. Beautiful needle palms here. I made videos on these in the past, of course. Just magnificent, great needle palms here. Absolutely gorgeous, and really cool to see. They look so great here, and you can see just the filament on the leaf there. Just gorgeous, gorgeous palm. Really gorgeous. I love them. Really cool. And this is a great shady spot for them. Looks almost natural a bit. This is the Museum of African Art here. And just great to see these needle palms here. I'm really pleased to see the Smithsonian planting them. They do a great job with their hardy palm plantings. I gotta give it to them. Live oak next to it, huh? Oh, this? It's funny you mentioned this, actually. This is not, I don't think this is a live oak. Oh, you're talking about this. Is that? No, it's not a live oak either. This thing back here, I don't know what that is. Some sort of, you know what, actually, that looks like a live oak a bit. Huh, I don't know. Let's go check that out. I think it's the same as the other one. I don't think it's a live oak. You can see the leaves there. But it does kind of look like it. Really looks like it. I assume that's what you mean. But yeah, it actually does look a lot like a live oak. Oh, there is actually a live oak planted somewhere here. I think it's might be out in front. Thanks for mentioning it. Yeah, I love live oaks. Huge fan. Have you seen? No, I've not seen the needle seed, and obviously you need male and female, but, you know, I bet you at some point those could cross-pollinate each other. I haven't, though. I haven't actually checked for seed on those ones. I should. I will, actually. No, you're right. It looked like it. Yeah, it really did. I thought that was a live oak for a second, but it did definitely look like it. The top of the leaves with those little, almost like spines a little bit, very much look like it, but the bottom was sort of a giveaway, I guess. There is a live oak though, here, somewhere. Yes. Yeah, there it is. There's the live oaks here, I think. Wow, geez, I can't believe I never noticed these. Oh my God, these are huge live oaks. Do you see those? I've seen pictures of these before. It's funny, you mentioned that right at the perfect moment. I never would have remembered about this, and I've never actually seen these before. I just walked right by them. But there's actually huge live oaks here. Crazy. I'm pretty sure there's live oaks. That's what the picture said, at least. Jeez. Look at this thing. Wow. Yeah, these are some sort of, I don't know what exact species of oak this is. It's not southern live oak, but it's, I think it might be one of those semi-evergreen species. I'll show you guys the leaves. And John, you're a live oak expert, so maybe you can identify them. But here, you see those? No acorns that I see, Palm Nation. But if I do, I'm definitely gonna grab some. Sorry, I don't know if you can see that too well. My camera's a bit broken. Yeah. Wow, yeah, beautiful. I mean, I think it might be one of those semi-evergreen oaks. Like, I forget the exact name, but like they stay pretty evergreen here. I mean, that's still fully green. Yeah, pretty amazing. That is so cool. That makes me so happy to see that. Yes, exactly. I've never seen one either. 20 planted in your garden? Is that right? Oh my gosh, wow. I gotta see that garden sometime. Jeez, that's crazy. 20 needle palms. Yeah, the one at the Arboretum produces seed, but I think it's a male. No, it's, I don't know what it is. It's like, I think male and females, like it produces like non-viable seed. I don't exactly know how it works. I guess it's planted on male, but it's, I don't know what it is. It did have seed, but it's not viable. Yes, exactly. I wish it had acorns. I didn't see any though. Quercus ilex. Yes. That's exactly. That's the one I was thinking of. Dumbarton oak, but still reminds me. Very cool. Yeah, it's still fully green though. Even the non-live oaks here stay green pretty late into the season. Much later than like maples are always the first to turn, or some of the first to turn. And then yeah, it smells like sewage here for some reason. Beautiful Yucca rostrata there. Gotta love that. City plants a lot of them. Smithsonian specifically. I love it. Love it. DC garbage trucks. Yes. Yeah, DC garbage trucks are funny. They certainly got a lot of work to do. Because there's a lot of garbage that people litter a lot here, unfortunately. Yes, exactly, live oak-like. Perfect, yes. It is very live oak-like, and I bet you it will. It might be one of those, yes, semi-evergreen oaks. I have two that are mammoth and come from, wow, northern part of the range in Mississippi. That is so cool. I have no idea where mine came from. That is amazing though. That is so cool. Yeah, I gotta see that sometime. That's so awesome, John. My grandmother used to say, if you sell the, it's going to rain. That's interesting. I've never heard that before. I bet you, maybe it will rain. I'll look at the forecast after. Interesting. Probably true. I also have 4 live oaks that were planted in 2008, and I have acorns. That is so cool. I gotta get some acorns. I don't have any live oaks. I regret to say. When I was in Virginia Beach, I should have collected some. Across here. Oh, listen. All right. I planted them as 100-gallon palms. Oh my God. And they have, yes, exactly. Wow, that's so nice, John. Thank you. I would, yeah, I'd love to see that. That is so cool. 100-gallon palms. I don't think I've ever seen a 100-gallon pot before. I definitely have, but that's, I've never seen one for sale. That's, that's pretty crazy. 100-gallon palms. I can't imagine how big they are. That's so cool. Ask this guy why Scooter if he's... Yes, exactly. Ask him if he's going to throw it into the river. You know I'm going to joke about that. Yes, exactly. I should ask him. Probably wouldn't get it, though. Because, We've got a lot of oaks still green up here. Wow, Dave D, you're in Connecticut, right? That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of oaks still green here too. A lot of them are turning though. You can see a lot of those are oaks. This is the new Dwight D. Eisenhower Memorial. That's the Eisenhower Memorial right there. And the Eisenhower Memorial was designed by Frank Gehry. I think he's a very famous, Frank Gehry. He designed a lot of famous buildings from LA, and yeah, really cool spot. Yeah, exactly. Very mild. That's awesome, Dave. Glad to see the crosswalk as in DC. Glad to use the crosswalk as in DC. They can get ticket if you get hit by a car, you're technically in the wrong. Wow. That is crazy. I never knew that. Yeah, I try not to jaywalk, I'm not a big jaywalker. I don't know. I mean, I cross the street, if there's no cars, I'll cross the street. But yeah, usually I stick to crosswalks. That's crazy. Willow Oaks. Yes, Willow Oak. From Frost. Yes, exactly. They are, Willow Oaks are native here as well. Palm Nation, they are. And Willow Oaks are, yeah, they are actually evergreen quite long. Look at this. Look at this Musabaju. These things are still green here. Look at that. It's like summer almost. These things are just starting to turn. Amazing. Wow, and look at this. Look at this. This is one of the first I've ever seen. Oh, there's bees on it. I gotta be careful there. Look at that. Actual bananas on it. Huge flower here. Crazy. Look at that. It's actually got bananas on it. That is so cool. Here are that's where the big trachea was, by the way, right there. Fortunately, not anymore. Beautiful needle palms. These things are like shaded out 3/4 of the year, but they do super well. Gorgeous. These things were like one winter, I don't know why, they were like chopped all the way to the ground, and they've come back super nicely. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Sable minor to die for. Huge needle palm there. This thing's about like 10 feet. Crazy. And this sable minor, I mean, look at the size of this frond, for God's sake. Look at that, and the trunks on these things. Amazing. They've actually been ripping out some of the naturalized ones in some of the other gardens, which is kind of sad, like over in the other beds, but just huge. Gorgeous. I gotta get some seed off of these. These ones typically have seed on them. Amazing, amazing. Beautiful, beautiful sable minor. Oh, there's a bunch of seed in there. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. Gotta find a way to get in there. They used to have some sable minor over there too, but they ripped them out, unfortunately, because they were, I don't know why. Oh wow, look at the seedlings, and that is so cool. Look, you guys see all the seedlings in there? Naturalizing like all over the place. Beautiful, yeah. Taste the nectar from the bosger. Ah, yeah, I want to taste the nectar. The mooses are crazy. Jaywalking into necessity. That's awesome. It's still green. Wow, crazy. Yes, thank you, John. Yes, definitely. Yep, I'm on, not Andrew. I'm on the National Mall right now. Actually, it's south side of the National Mall. This is the Air and Space Museum. So, yep, right on the National Mall. Just walk through there. Trust me, it's worth tasting. Wow. All right, I'll go taste it right now. Anapods in December. Yeah, really crazy. I can't believe it. Yeah, amazing garden here. Sable Stolenif. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna grab some right now. After I get the nectar. Should I just rip the flower off? I mean, seems cruel, but these things are about to die anyway. So the thing is, the only problem is there's bees on there. Oh, there is a bee on there. Shoot. I want to be careful what I do. Whoa. Jesus. All right, here we are. Let's try this. All right, 1 second. Let me, yeah, I would rip that thing off, but there's a bee in there, and I'm trying to crush this thing. Make sure there's no bees in there. All right, sweet. I'm gonna give these things a taste. I'm not getting much there. All right. See, I don't want to grab it. There's like, I feel like that bee would. I'd love to just rip this thing off, but yeah. See how I'm gonna do this. There we go, I guess. Let's try one of these. Whoa. Whoa. That's crazy. Wow. That is a crazy taste. Oh my God. Wow. That is something. Amazing. Thanks for letting me know about that. That's jeez, it's like really strong. I don't know how to describe it. That is crazy. Yeah, it's super sweet. Eat a banana. Yeah, I want to. I'm gonna grab a banana right now. Taste test. Liquid nectar. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, typical. Yeah, exactly. Typical seasonal activity in December in DC. Exactly right. And look at this. Look at the amount of seedlings here. See, they do rip a lot of them out, but I'm glad to see just how many stay here. And just, I mean, look at this. Look at this beautiful palm right here. Naturalizing sable minor. Gotta love that. Look at this right here. Also, beautiful naturalized. These things all grew themselves. All right. Here, 1 second. Let me grab a banana. These bananas definitely are not ripe. That's gonna be bitter for sure. All right, folks. I got a banana here. Yeah, it's Christmas time in the city. That tells me these sables here act as good. Yes, exactly. Oh, great. Yeah, these things don't even. Yeah, these things just grow themselves. They're like weeds almost, in the best way. All right, folks. I got the banana open. I'm gonna. Oh, jeez. These things are tiny. All right, here we go. Banana taste test. You guys ready? Ugh. Ugh. No wonder no one eats those. Jeez. That is, well, it wasn't ripe, so you get that clear banana taste. No sweetness whatsoever, though. Incredibly, incredibly bitter. Wow. That is, that's an experience. That's, I think the flowers are better. All right, now I need to actually reach, grab some seed off of it, and skedaddle. Fire truck, exactly. Yes, exactly. That I've actually done that before. Dig up the seedlings. I would do that, except I don't have a. The problem is I tried digging them up with my hand before, and what would happen is I'd pull a seedling up, and I wouldn't get the whole root system. So I really would love to have like an actual shovel. I should have brought a shovel. If I had a shovel, I could dig those things right up. Because the gardeners are just gonna dig them up anyways. So, I mean, maybe they've stopped. I hope they have, but. Yep. Yeah. That's what I've been told, that the bananas are gross. No, not the banana. Yes, it's yeah, that was really gross. But you know what? It's worth it. It's an experience. You got to try them. I mean, I don't recommend it, but. All right, let's find some sables with actual seed I can reach. All the stalks have been cut off. This is what the people do here. They cut off all the sable minor stalks because they're actually worried about them naturalizing. It's funny. That's things that they planted. They're worried about naturalizing in a completely non-natural garden bed. But yeah, that's not good. I don't like that they're cutting all these seed stalks off. Let them naturalize. Come on. All right, I'm gonna try to reach in there. It's gonna be. All of these stalks have been cut off, but I'm gonna go for it. There's one palm with seed in there. All the other ones have had their stalks ripped off. Oh no. Look at this. Look at these flowers. Jeez. All over my feet. All right, it's okay. I'm already in. I gotta be careful not to step on these palms here. Oh, there we go. Good bunch of seeds right there. All right, I grabbed a clump. We're gonna go in for more, guys. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That's like the only accessible seed I could actually find. All the other stalks have been cut off. This is a recent thing they've been doing, which is really annoying. Eat them now. No, yeah, I'm not gonna be eating those off. I've done it with palmettos in Florida. Go for it, yeah. I've done it before. I've actually tasted Sable Minor before. Let's go. There we go. It's like, it's really, it tastes like dates. It tastes just like dates. I'm being honest, actually. Yeah, it tastes just like dates. But mostly, oh, there we go. I just had some. I'm gonna put this down for a second. It mostly just tastes like, how do I describe it? It mostly just tastes like you're, you know, yeah, mostly just tastes like paper or something, because it's just like very little flesh. That's why, you know, people don't eat them, really. Probably smart not to. All right, folks, here we go. So I got all my backpack there. I'm gonna grab some more, put them in the other zipper in my bag. Ah, it's a nice backpack. It's a really good backpack. REI, I think, yeah. Great hiking backpack. Anyways, that's, all right, I'm gonna go to some other Sable Minor, grab some other seed, guys. And then we're gonna head back. And I got a 3-mile or 3.5-mile walk back now. Jesus, look at this. All right, onwards and upwards, folks. Oh, got one of those barbed things from that whatever plant that was in my, in my socks. That's not so comfortable. All right, well, I'm glad I got some seeds. We did that and also use a spoon. Wow. Many of them survived and are getting big in my... Wow, that's crazy, really. You use a spoon to get the seedlings out? That's crazy. I assumed they were safe to eat. Oh, I think they are safe to eat, which... I think they're all safe to eat. I didn't swallow them, by the way. I swallowed the dates, but I didn't swallow the banana fruit. I don't... I'm not gonna test it here. Gotta be near a hospital to try those. All right. I'm jealous. It seems like oh yeah, really nice, beautiful day. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely take some time to get outside today. It's great. There's the Capitol building right there. Native American, Museum of the American Indian here. Walking around the woods in Tennessee is a billion times worse than you would. Oh geez, yeah, the woods at my local park where I scattered the Sable Minor seeds, I couldn't even walk back in there because the thorns are so bad. My legs were cut up after I went in there scattering the seeds around. I'm not gonna go back in there until palms are bigger. It's like the undergrowth is just insane. You got English ivy and all the invasive species, and then you got all these vines that are just, you got all these thorns that are just killer. They're awful. We first did this on December 1st, 2005. Wow. Fort Myers Palmetto. Now, is that one of those crazy, like the Sable Lisa? Is that what you're talking about? Like those crazy looking palmettos? Because that's really cool. That is so cool. Eat banana plant centers. Interesting, interesting. You mean like the spear? Like that area? Dug up with your finger, wow. That's, I've done that before plenty of times, and that's really crazy. Yeah, I did this really stupid thing back before I knew anything about palms, which is that I went at the museum back there. I must have dug up like 30 seedlings or something. Again, there were so many there that I didn't really make a dent, and the gardeners ripped them out anyways. I dug out all these seedlings, got most of the roots out, and then I just stuck them in the ground at the park. Didn't water them, didn't put them in any soil. I just stuck them in the ground and thought they'd live. And I was shocked when they died, and that really taught me a lesson, because that was a really stupid thing that I did. And yeah. Now I know that they need soil and they need water. Well, you know, I mean, you could theoretically just stick the seedlings in the ground, but they at least need water. And yeah, that was really stupid, that thing I did. That's crazy. Strange fused leaves. Yes. It's called the Lisa variant. It's a crazy looking palmetto. I know exactly what you're talking about. That is so cool. I would love one of those. I have no idea what creates this, like a genetic mutation. Crazy. Yeah, but from inside the trunk, make sure to let it sit for a few days. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, the one I tried kind of tasted like cucumber. It's funny you mentioned that. Here's 3 needle palms, by the way. I don't know if you can see. They used to have like 5, and I'm guessing they removed some of them, but really beautiful. Beautiful needle palms. I'd never try and winter it outside. Oh yeah, that'd be you need some heavy protection for that one. That's not the hardiest palmetto from, you know, Fort Myers. You need some pretty good protection for that one in Connecticut. Yes. More scooters for the yes, exactly. More scooters for the river. You build a bridge out of those soon. Get a whole bridge of scooters. Wow, lots of plants back here. Hi. Excuse me, do you know when the indoor conservatory is going to open?
I have no idea. If I had an answer, I'd tell you, but I mean, we've been done for about almost 2 years now, so.
Wow.
It's really up to Congress.
Got it. Yeah. Well, I look forward to when it reopens.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks.
So do we.
Yeah. That's crazy. So the indoor conservatory, by the way, which has there's a bunch of palms in these outdoor courtyards that are completely surrounded by the indoor conservatory, so you can't access them without going through the building. And because it's so sheltered, they have a mature Trachycarpus wagnerianus there, the only one I know of in the city. And they also have lots of sable minor, needle palms, supposedly a saw palmetto and I've never actually been able to see it. At least in the last 2 years, because it's been closed for COVID, and then Congress has kept it closed. So I can't wait till the day they open back up the conservatory, and then I'll be heading in, and I'll be sure to make a video, because those are some of the best palms in DC that I've never actually been able to make a video of. Crazy. Oh, there's a train display here. They have the outdoor train display. They usually have it inside. More scooter. If the ground seal miners of transplant needs lots of water. Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Well, yeah. Oh, if I do, I definitely will keep them extremely well watered. Train displays up here. That's pretty cool. Your dam made entirely out of scooters. Yes, exactly. You could dam the entire Potomac River just with those scooters. That'd be so cool. That'd be funny. I doubt anyone has tried it below a zone 8, though, for all we know, the mutation. Yeah, who knows? Maybe. I doubt it, but it's possible. Sorry, reading you. Waggies, in my experience, are less. Yes, that's what I've always heard, is that Waggies are less hardy than Palmetto, which is why it's all the more surprising that there's a mature one there, never protected. Unbelievable. Big sable miner over there that I'm going to right now. All right. It's hardy as in 7B. Wow, interesting. So maybe hardier. Temperamental, especially in heat. Definitely true. Definitely true. They are temperamental. Look at that robin on the sable miner stock. This is another sable miner here. They're just everywhere here. Smithsonian plants, a ton of them. And look at this. I hope the bird was getting some seed to spread around, but these ones, they actually left the stocks, thank God. And I'm going to be collecting some seed right now. Bull sharks swimming around the dam in the Potomac. Yeah. Yes, exactly. That'd be crazy. Yeah, hardier than standard palmetto. Is that really true? I'd be surprised to hear that because it's native to such a warmer area. 3 degrees hardier. I see. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. That is crazy. Bull sharks, and I didn't even know that. You can see they cut off some of the stalks there. I guess those are the older ones, maybe. There you go.
That's the one that's next, like actually in the building right now.
Also, by the way, it says native to southeastern and south central United States. It's also native to northeastern Mexico. Sable Tamaulipas, which is a variety of sable miner, native to a semi-arid part of central of Mexico, just south of the Texas border. All right, folks, I'm gonna put the camera down for a second, grab some seed.
Very interesting ferns. I would not have expected them to be regional.
Sorry about that, folks. Just grab some seed, and it's just amazing. I mean, obviously this never gets a huge trunk on it, but just look at that frond. I mean, can you believe that something like that can grow here? It's just incredibly exotic looking. It's just magnificent palm. Beautiful sable miner. All right, folks, let's go take a look at everything else. Then we're gonna head back. Wow, Tennessee River. Is that right? That is crazy. Bull sharks in the Tennessee River. That is hard to believe. That's crazy. All right.
December. Yeah. My parents are usually together for like a few days.
I know you love it. So when I find it, I was like,
All right, folks. All right, let me. I'm sure they are in the river where Alex planted seeds on Theodore's Island. Yeah, I bet they are. That's crazy. Yes, exactly. Palmettos and sharks, the two things that people would least expect in the Potomac, are now probably both there. Yeah, that's crazy. That was a great little white in the LI Sound the other week. There was a great white in the Long Island Sound. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, obviously that's, salt water, but still, that's, I wouldn't expect that. Crazy. great white. And then you got Agave Americana, gorgeous. These saw big ones in Virginia Beach. They're probably marginal here, but they do pretty well. Chinese fan palms here. This is the train display, by the way. Huge bald cypress, by the way, John. I know you're a fan of the bald cypresses, so got some beautiful ones here lining either side of this little courtyard. Beautiful bald cypresses. I just love them. Look at this. Lots of cool. Wow, they got a monkey puzzle tree planted there. They got lots of cool plants planted out here. Really? That is crazy. Alligators. I had no idea. Oh my god. Look at this. Monkey puzzle. Beautiful. So cool. So cool. Such a cool display. Look at that. All those trains and everything. Beautiful. Anyways, I'm gonna head on. Oh, they got a little plant store here. See if they're selling anything exotic. Anything worth buying here? Any exotic plants? Hi. No, nothing too exotic there. Sorry. Lots of palms in here. There's the Capitol. Sorry. We are more exotic in the DC area. Yes, much more exotic than people think. Brackish, but mainly saltwater. Ah, brackish. I see. Got it. Yeah. More young bald cypresses here, by the way, John. Beautiful to see them planted here. And they're planted all over the city, obviously. They're everywhere, but I love them. Young's Southern Magnolias, all sorts of cool stuff. All right, let's check this out. See what you guys are saying. Tennessee River is huge. However, I have no idea. I have no idea either. That's really crazy. Yeah, maybe somebody threw them in. Maybe a bull shark enthusiast, like, you know, took our palm approach of scattering seeds around, and they threw a bunch of bull sharks around. That's crazy. 1931. Guess that's when it was built. Young bald cypress is here. Beautiful. All right, folks. Let's see. Yeah, I love the crimson needles. I totally agree. It's like not like an ugly brown, like shriveled oak leaves. It's a beautiful color this time of year. Same with the right here, actually, the Dawn Redwoods, just gorgeous. That's crazy to pollination. You can see multiple shark head. Wow. That's crazy. I need to read about that. I'd love to see a picture of a bull shark in the Tennessee River. That's I believe it, but that's I mean, it's hard to believe. That's crazy, but that's really nuts. Beautiful needle palm here, by the way. Gorgeous. They used to have a sable miner planted somewhere here. Beautiful needle palm, trimmed up a bit, so it's actually got the trunks showing, which is super gorgeous. Really beautiful specimen. And I'll show you guys some of the other palms here. Yes, exactly. Alligators, sable miner have the same hardiness. And then bald cypress is a lot hardier, but has a pretty similar range, excluding the part in the Midwest. Yeah, exactly right. My wife likes the bald cypress in the fall and spring. Wow, yeah, I love that too. They're beautiful. Alligators are native. Yes, I've heard that, and supposedly maybe into Virginia Beach a bit too. Crazy pollination. And same with bald cypress, native to Tennessee. Simple one with the 11-foot monkey puzzle. Yes. Yes, there's one at the what's it called? The Bronx Zoo, I think, in New York. It's crazy how this thing survived there. And there's some big ones here. I really want one, actually. I was gonna actually make a video on one. The place that I started my live stream was near one, but I didn't quite have time to get to it. Nice. You cannot plant too many bald cypresses. Yeah, exactly. Same with me. Me neither. You can never plant too many. That's crazy. The sharks are seasonal visitors and go back to saltwater for the fall. Interesting. Very interesting. I didn't know that. Bald cypresses can live in all or parts of all 50 states. Yes, exactly. It's exactly right. It's crazy. And I've seen one in Ottawa. I've seen pictures really far north. So here we got, you know, these have been protected here, just starting to turn. Musa Baju, gorgeous. Got this really cool windmill here. Look at the size of this thing. So I haven't seen this thing in like months and months, and it's actually grown a lot since I've seen it. It put a lot of fronds over the summer. Beautiful. Probably nearing the top of that frond, probably 4.5 feet or something. Got a nice trunk on it. And the weird thing is that they used to have a sable miner and actually a bigger trachea here, a pretty big trachea. And I guess maybe I would think it had died or something, except for the fact that they moved the sable miner too. So my guess is that they moved the trachea somewhere else and that it didn't die. I don't know though. This one also has grown a ton. It's almost got like a coconut look to it a little bit with the way those fronds go into the base and the way the trunk sort of curves a little bit. Got a little bit of a coconut look. So Trachea fortunei right there, beautiful windmill palm. There's 2 of them here and a nice, really incredibly sheltered spot here. And one of the best microclimates in the city. It should do well here. This is probably about the most bulletproof you can make them in the area. Just one of the best microclimates in the city right here at Capitol Hill National Mall. There's a swamp in South Jersey with native bald cypress. Really? There's no way are they native bald cypress? Because I always heard the northernmost was in Trap Pond in Delaware, about the Delaware-Maryland border. But they're native to Maryland, they're native to Delaware. But I had no idea they're native to New Jersey. Is that really, could it be like a relic population or something? Because that is crazy. My bajus here in the suburbs are basically toast. Yeah, I know. These ones are, you can see just what the protection does. These ones are slightly less protected and are really starting to turn, but not quite. Yeah, it's crazy. Amazing how much warmer it is here. Can southern magnolias survive in all 50 states? Definitely not. Southern magnolias can definitely not survive in all 50 states. I'd say that they can survive in a good amount of states, but places like Minnesota and Alaska, they can definitely survive in the southern part of Alaska, I think. They're pretty hardy, but I would think a place like, what's it called? Like, yeah, Minnesota, even Wisconsin. I don't think there's anywhere that you could really make it one survive. Maybe in the southern part of Wisconsin, but I don't think all 50 states. Michigan, you'd have a hard time. Yeah, the Dakotas, Montana, yeah, I don't think all 50 states, but certainly here there's huge ones, so we don't have to worry about that, thankfully. Beautiful. I'm going to go through some of the species here, guys. This is one of the finest succulent gardens I've ever seen in the DC area. Just amazing. This is a really cool garden. Needle palms are a cinch. Oh, yeah, needle palms, sable minor. I've never seen one even damaged here. They're super tough. Yeah, not even close, unfortunately. They, Southern 6B, yeah, exactly. They are a, no, yeah, they're not nearly as hardy as bald cypress, much less hardy. Anyways, let's start over here. Got some super cool agave. So we got agave perii here. So I guess these are agave perii, these ones here. We got this beautiful agave americana actually in the ground. It's pretty rare that you'll see one in the ground here. Younger agave perii here. I guess these are the agave perii. These are some other species of agave that I don't know. That's an agave perii, 2 more agave americana back there. A puncha monacantha, drooping prickly pear from the southeast apparently. I've never actually seen that one before. Gorgeous species. I'd love to get a pad from there. Just magnificent. Yeah, sedum, spurium, lots of other succulents, really cool. Juniper, of course, gorgeous Yucca rostrata with a nice skirt on it. Look at the amount of fruit on these prickly pear. Oh my God. Jeez. If I had a knife to get away those nasty little spines, I would totally be taking these. But look at the amount of fruit on these prickly pear. Amazing. And they're just starting to shrivel for winter. This is eastern prickly pear, a bunch of Himafusa. You've got other prickly pear here. I don't know exactly what species this is, but some purplish prickly pear here. Then you got this prickly pear. I also don't know what this is, but really beautiful. This one here with nice fruits on it. You can see there. Just a beautiful succulent garden. Amazing what grows here. More sable seeds. Yes, exactly. Right. That's exactly where I'm headed right now, which is the last place I know of with seeding sable minor in this general area. Yep, that's exactly where I'm going right now. There are some decent sized Southern Magnolia. Wow, Southern Connecticut. Yeah, that's crazy. That's definitely the furthest north that I've heard of them surviving long term. I know it's my friend Sandor in Ontario has got a Southern Magnolia. I don't know how they'll do there. Supposedly it's a hardier variety, which is super cool, but I don't know exactly how hardy they are. And by the way, look at this. I never noticed this. This is actually the first time I noticed this. There was a sable minor. So is this thing like planted, or was this naturalized? Because this is like, if this were a planted palm, this would be very, very small. My guess is that there's a big one with seed over there. I'm guessing this is naturalized because there's some volunteers that are pretty close to this size, but look at that. Beautiful sable minor, just growing in the side of there, like a champ. Amazing. Huge musabaju again. Look at that with the bald cypress. Completely green. Amazing. People are starting to plant Yucca gloriosa and Rostrata up here too. That's awesome, Dave. I love that. I saw a huge one in Long Branch, New Jersey over the summer. Huge. So they're certainly hardy up there. I would definitely plant one if I were there. I need to get one here. Oh yeah, Oklahoma for wilderness. No problem. Thanks for joining in. Oklahoma is by the way, this palm right here, a sable minor, is native to Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a native palm species, and this is the dwarf palmetto. This is one of the biggest I've ever seen in the area. If you look at the width on this thing from frond to frond, that's like probably about 8 feet. It's probably a good 7 feet tall at least. Just stalks are just huge. Seed, most of the seed's fallen off by now, it's a thing, but magnificent. There's one at least 45, what? Oh my God, 45 to 50 foot tall Southern Magnolia in Connecticut? That is crazy. Oh my God. And as I walk along here, by the way, I know there's lots of seedlings that I've seen in the past here, but I don't know how. I never noticed this before. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Are you guys seeing this? All these naturalized sable minor here. Crazy. So these ones are not sable minor. These are some sort of lily or something, but those are sable minor. All those little seedlings over there. Look at these. All these naturalized palms here. Amazing. More seedlings back there. Crazy. I have a nice size gloriosa I got from Memphis that's still flowering today. Wow, that is so cool. Yeah, they're not gonna have a problem there. They're so tough. Lots of seedlings here. Look at this. Look at this sable grass in here. Are you guys seeing that? Look at that. Is that insane or what? Those are all sable minor seedlings that have all been through winters pretty much here. No problem. Look at the amount of seeds that this thing produces. There's so many seeds that there are seedlings growing in this palm, in the base of it, like in there. Jesus Christ, this is a huge sable minor. Look at the size of this thing. Lots of seeds up there. I want to get some. It might be kind of hard though. Yeah, there's not much seed that's accessible in this palm. Yeah, not much seed on these. I'm gonna head over here, guys. There's other sable minor with seed on them in the area, so that's not gonna be a problem. Should rename this Dwarf Palmetto Park or something. I mean, just look at all of those little grass-like things. Those are all sable minor seedlings. Lots of them here. It's insane. Trunk is 4 feet. Wow. Palms can you plant in Alaska and Maine? So that's a good question. Now, both Alaska and Maine, but especially Alaska. Alaska has the widest variation of climate zones of any state in the U.S. So if you're in like zone 1A in northern Alaska, you could never ever plant a palm, obviously. If you're in zone 5A in Alaska, you could probably never plant a palm, even with protection. But if you're in like zone 8B, which is the warmest zone in Alaska in the very southern part, I'm thinking you can get away with, in the very southern part, Trachycarpus fortunei, certainly sable minor, needle palm. That's what I'm thinking. So, yeah, that, Alaska, it's an interesting about Alaska. You could actually grow a lot more palms in Alaska than you can in Maine. Yeah, in Maine, I think needle palm, maybe in the southern part with some minor protection, but yeah, pretty much you need to protect anything in Maine. I've seen pictures of needle palms there, though, that people have planted. Again, I don't even know how this is possible, but like one seedling maybe from a squirrel, I would think, but like there's like number of seedlings here, there, and just look at the size of this naturalized palm. Obviously, this was not planted. It's right up against a wall here, and this is just smaller than they usually plant them. I mean, just amazing, amazing naturalized sable minor right here. Crazy. And then we're gonna walk back here, show you guys the more insane naturalized stable miner. Look at how many seedlings there are here, all seedlings. And then back here, we got way more against the wall back here, just absolutely crazy. And there's the back of that palm there, but all of those are seedlings and naturalized palms. It's just insane. This is definitely the most prolific stable miner in the DC area. And the other ones would certainly be more prolific if they actually let them produce seeds instead of whacking down the seed stocks, which I really hate at the Smithsonian. But thank God that at least the Smithsonian, actually this is not the Smithsonian, I don't know who owns the Botanic Garden, it's like a federally operated garden, but thank God that they at least will let the stable miner naturalize. Again, look at this. This is a certainly a non-evergreen oak, Quercus texana, the Nuttall's oak, native to the south central U.S. Non-evergreen, certainly. You can tell by the foliage. This is evergreen oaks. Live oaks have round leaves like that. This one has this classic oak-like leaves. So not evergreen, but this might as well be summer for this tree because it is so fully green. It's just insane. Both of those oaks. So it's pretty cool. Southern Magnolia there. Yeah, and then you got these like super brown oaks. You've got this nice green oak. You got some that are starting to turn. Good variety here. I'm gonna start heading back, guys. Windmills can grow without protection. I'm thinking windmills grew without protection for like 13 years in Sitka, which is not the most southern city in Alaska. And then finally a bad winter took both of them out. So I'm thinking very southern Alaska, like Ketchikan, which is warmer than Sitka. I'm thinking certainly a stable miner, a Tricharpus could grow without protection, probably long-term even. That's my guess. Because it's right on the water, you got moderated effects. You got all sorts of stuff. I'm thinking certainly a stable miner could do it without protection. No problem there. So jealous of these palms you get. Yeah, it's crazy. There's lots here, as you guys have seen. This is definitely the best place to stream from. You can see lots of palms. Yep, none in Maine, unfortunately. Maybe, I don't even think a needle palm can make it without protection. Bad winter would certainly kill it. Windmills, hardiest palms will grow in the same range as Southern Magnolia. Exactly right, exactly right. That is exactly right. Yeah, that's perfectly said. I have a friend who was at a place south of Portland. Yeah, definitely, Dave. Definitely give him a needle palm. I think in a mild winter, no protection is needed. Like my friend Sandor in southern Ontario, he's gone winters without protecting his. But a bad winter, certainly, he would need to protect him. And the zones there are all screwed up. They call like Cape Cod Zone 7A, 7B. It's obviously not. But, you know, it's still warm. Again, this is another example. Like it's down in this ravine here. Look at this palm. This one might be planted. Oh, this is planted actually. They have a label in front of it. That's how you know they've actually got a label for it. But beautiful stable miner just hidden in here. That's the last palm on our tour, folks. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. As you can see, there's no shortage of palms on the south side of the National Mall here. And again, DC, they're not common, but I think one day, as my friend John Saya said, they absolutely will become common here. And I look forward to that day, returning to DC and finding palms just everywhere. But yeah, till then, I'll keep documenting all the ones that are here. And there's certainly quite a few of them to show. Yeah, south of Portland is probably one of the best microclimates in the state. You want to go to southern part of Maine if you're ever going to get away with a needle palm. Anywhere else, probably not a chance. Wow, and Cape Cod, that's crazy, Dave. Yeah, it's interesting because you know that you can chop them down in winter. So I think it just depending, you can grow really them anywhere, but depending on, you know, obviously they won't come back after a really bad winter, but it's very interesting. Yeah, Oklahoma, Oklahoma for wilderness, definitely. That's a great question. And again, any state, like saying which palms are growing in California, you know, that's an extremely complex question because you know, California goes from zone like 4B or something to like 11A. So, you know, if you're talking like the warmest places in California or the warmest places in Maine and Alaska, you can grow some stuff, but it just depends on where in the state. But yeah, good question. All right, folks. Thank you, yeah. There's 8B9A, wow, yeah. Yes, I mean, I guess, yeah, no palm can survive there. I mean, definitely the winters will be the summers will be pretty cool. And, you know, it definitely might be a problem. You know, they love the summer heat here, sable minor and needle palms do. So that's part of why they do so well here, but I bet you could get away with some stuff. New England's struggling to grow tropicals. Yes, exactly. I don't think sable minor would grow anywhere in Alaska. Interesting, yeah. I've heard that, and it would be interesting to see one tried. It could only be a windmill in Alaska. Yeah, I agree with that, Dave. They're tolerant of the cold summers. All right, anyways, folks, I think we've come to our terminus here, but I just want to say thank you to all of you for joining in. It's a long live stream, 120 minutes. I don't know. I guess that's like 2 hours. So it's great. I really enjoyed having all you guys on here. It was so much fun, and I always love live streaming and talking to all you guys. You guys are so fascinating and are so knowledgeable about palms and exotic plants, and it's just a joy talking to you all. So thanks for joining in. Enjoy, plant a palm. If you're in a colder zone, some of you guys try a hardy palm, needle palm, dwarf palmetto, or a windmill palm. All great selections, and depending on what zone you're in. So yeah, that's my advice. And have a good one, folks. Enjoy. New England. Yes, exactly right. Winters are colder. All right, take care, folks. Have a good one.